Hey YouTube, this is Alfonso, aka the Lawn Doctor, and I hope that you all are having a wonderful time out there in DIY lawn care land. I wanted to do a video just to give an update on what's been happening over here in Central Maryland. I'm actually in Prince George's County, Maryland, about 10 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. And I don't know if anybody else has been experiencing the exact same thing. I would love to hear back from you, but this has been a brutal last 4 weeks. Actually, yeah, about 4 weeks now. I did the overseeding project and it was looking absolutely positively amazing. I'm going to try to insert a video in here to show you what the lawn was looking like. But we went through a brutal heat wave that killed a lot of the grass. And then we actually went through a 2 week period where we had rain every day. And having those extremes, I've actually had to overseed two, 3 times. The initial overseeding went well. Then we had the heat wave, did the overseeding. Then, as a result of so much rain, I got hit with so much fungus that it actually almost virtually destroyed the overseeding project. I still have the other grass that was already there. Let me turn my camera and show you. This was actually looking very good. The interesting thing is, not, and I know part of it has to do with the fact that the new grass seed, the Black Beauty, didn't have an opportunity to really green up. But this grass over here is now lighter than what's over here. I know that the camera is not going to show you the full effect of it. But over here, this area died off. Then I reseeded it, and it was really, really, really good. But then the fungus hit, and I did put zoxystrobin down, propiconazole. I hit it with the fungicides, and boy, yeah, almost the entire lawn was impacted by the fungus. And even when I came in, waited a few weeks after the application of the fungicide, still have just a few patches that popped back up. That rain just it was just really brutal. So as I said, we went 2 weeks with the rain, and it damaged so much of the lawn. Well, I did the overseeding, and you can see that it's actually getting good germination. But now we've had a situation while the new seed is germinating, we went from having a drought to having 2 weeks of rain to now being in a drought again. We haven't had any measurable rain in almost 2 weeks now. So I am using my sprinkler system. Now, over here on the easement area, the grass is actually growing really good. I'm going to have to lay a cut down on it soon. I want to use that new Ego lawnmower to test it out. But as a result of having a drought, then too much rain causing fungus, then another drought, it has just really done a number on my grass. I have these spots that I've had to overseed again, and they are coming in. But as a result of having now this second drought, it's also being met by cooler than normal temperatures. The daytime temperature today is the 17th or 18th of October, and for the last few days, the daytime temperature hasn't been above 62, maybe 63 degrees. So it's getting cool, and we're actually having some frost at night. So as I said, I've done 3 overseedings and in just the weirdest conditions. In the time that I've been here, I've never had these conditions happen before, where we had a drought with the heat that killed the grass. Then we had too much rain producing fungus, which killed the grass. Now we're having another drought mixed with cool temperatures. So honestly, I don't know what's going to happen here. I know that the temperatures are going to rebound and be back in the mid 70s to about 80 degrees over the next few days. But I'm not going to do another overseeding because it's time to do the fall weed and feed. Now, the grass is starting to bounce back. I know this is going to look a little funny because the way the camera is situated. But over here, this was a project. We had done this because we had to rebuild down here from coming up the steps in the basement. This was all fully luscious, fully green grass. It was just the pride of the yard, but the fungus hit it. In addition to the drought, in addition to the fungus, in addition to everything that's happened, now I'm having an issue where I think I have two squirrels who are burying their nuts in the grass. One is burying the nut in the grass, and then another I think is coming to steal the nuts that one squirrel buried. So I'm actually getting these spots in the grass where squirrels, they're kind of doing their thing where they're burying the nuts for the winter. So it's just been very difficult trying to get the yard reestablished. And where it's growing, it is growing. I chopped all of this down and uh, to do the overseeding again. I didn't go with another application of the tenacity because I didn't want to put too much of that down, especially since I knew I was going to do the overseeding. But the yard, the green has not bounced back. And I said, okay, well, let me put some green pop down and maybe hit it with some Milo or something like that. But I decided what I'm going to do instead of hitting it with anything else, instead of putting down the Milo, instead of putting down green pop or doing anything else, I'm just going to ride this out. I'm going to give the new grass seed time to germinate, see what happens for this year. All that back there, I have new grass seed. We'll say new, it's been about a week now, and it is germinating. I just don't know if, because of the cold temperatures, if it's going to be able to bounce back and get the weeds established. I do see really good germination. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a lot of really good germination going on. But once again, tonight is going to be cold. I don't think that one or two cold nights is going to be enough to hit it, but with the way things have been going over here this summer, and already early this fall, it's just been so interesting. The dark spots you see over here is thin. Now it actually has good germination over here. This is just compost that I put on top of the seed. I'm thinking that maybe that's going to help to keep it warm so that we don't lose all the good germination, but it's really coming in. I do want to just hold on to hope that the temperatures rebounding back into the 80s within the next few days. I'm holding on to hope that it's going to be enough that will allow this grass to really get established, really establish strong roots, because in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to try to hold off for the next 2 or 3 weeks before I do my fall weed and feed. I want to make sure we get the roots established and have a pretty good spring. I don't know if anybody else, though, has had the issue where you dealt with the summer drought with no rain, then the fungicide as a result of 2 straight weeks of rain. Then, as I said, we're 9 days into another drought. Now, I take care of my lawn over there, and I have a sprinkler system in the backyard, but I just have uh, water hose that's coming from the faucet in the back over across here because I take care of this lawn out here. I just overseeded back there. I've been watering it on a regular basis. I'm hoping that it bounces back. But this has just been a difficult summer for lawn care. It's my first time establishing a YouTube channel to talk about it. I've been actually been doing it for a little while now, but it's just been a difficult time, at least in this part of the country, with cool season grass for a DIYer. I am so tempted to just give the lawn a little more food to see if I can get it greened up a little bit. I have some simple lawn solution, I want to say 1602, that maybe I can put down, and that'll be enough to stretch it for a couple weeks and then do the weed and feed. But the other issue that's going on is that I have a big tree right over here. It's my neighbor's yard. It divides our property lines. This tree can send down leaves like I've never seen before. And with putting the problem with putting down fertilizer, even water, when you have so many leaves, you end up having those spots that the water will hit the leaves and not hit the grass and get into the soil, and the fertilizer will also do the same thing. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to get my backpack sprayer on and get my yard blower and come out here and blow the leaves in front of me, and then maybe put down just a little bit of fertilizer as a prerequisite to doing the weed and feed. So I would love to know if anybody else is having that same issue. If you live in this area in Maryland, the transition zone, then I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Overall, I can't say that it's looking bad. Definitely not looking like it looked 3 weeks ago when I was ready to have the friends over for the barbecue and everything else. It's just not happening. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I hope, I know we're going into that period where the grass is going to go into dormancy. I hope that everybody has had a wonderful growing season outside of the issues that I've had over here in Central Maryland and Prince George's County. It has really been fun doing this. And like I said, I'd like to believe that the worst is over. I love coming out here and just sitting on my deck and looking at my yard and seeing how beautiful it is. And we usually drive to Shenandoah Valley or something like that to see the fall foliage, but just sitting right out here on my deck, it is such a beautiful scene to be able to just sit out, look at the beautiful lawn, and just see Mother Nature do her work and changing the colors on the trees. We have a little bit of everything out here, and this is part of the reason why we purchased this house. I didn't know it would look this beautiful during this time of the year, but that is a stunning picture. Hey, this is the Lawn Doctor. You all have a wonderful day on purpose.